Sheldon Cooper's history, present, and future are all explored in the Young Sheldon series finale, which is an emotional roller coaster. The Big Bang Theory spin-off has become the best comedy on TV, consistently leading rankings. In contrast to most cancellations, Young Sheldon's fate was not determined by the public's lack of interest. As a result of the accepted canon, Young Sheldon ended up tying up instead. Major narrative threads are tied in this last week of the family comedy drama. Young Sheldon Season 7, Episode 13, Funeral, deals with George's untimely death in the first part of the show. The storyline focuses on the Coopers' grief management techniques. Each clan member treats it in a different way, as can be expected. Afterwards, the narrative is advanced to a climax in Young Sheldon Season 7, Episode 14, Memoir, where Sheldon formally begins his new life at Caltech. Its idea as Sheldon's Genesis tale had long since grown out of date, years before the show's finale. With each new story it tackled and its growing separation from the Big Bang Theory, it evolved into a legitimate ensemble series. After that transition was accomplished, Season 6 remained the norm long into its last year. The first part of the Young Sheldon finale, which depicts the Coopers' response to George's death, makes this the show's guiding principle. Despite a few lighthearted moments, the entire show is quite serious and effectively conveys how devastating George's death is. In the Young Sheldon conclusion, the sitcom showcases its greatest feature one final time by emphasizing the familial connection. Even with his fascinating personality, Sheldon's storylines had grown monotonous and old. But because the Big Bang Theory didn't disclose much about the Cooper family, concentrating on the clan relationships and broadening its storytelling made Young Sheldon more engaging. More importantly, though, because its stories were grounded in actual human situations, it attracted a wider audience. The opportunity to address more somber yet grounded subjects like mortality and other life's obstacles was given to Young Sheldon. Of course, it was controversial to cancel such a successful show. Performer Annie Potts even referred to it as a poor business move. The two Hollywood strikes of 2023 make matters worse, though, as Young Sheldon concludes on a reduced schedule. This was a terrible plan from the beginning since it would force it to either rush its storytelling or eliminate some of the plots entirely. It is clear from its last two episodes that Young Sheldon lacks the time to properly bid farewell to the Coopers, particularly those whose return is uncertain. As is appropriate given the subject matter of funeral, Young Sheldon slows things slowly. It manages an intense episode rather well, which is impressive. The abrupt change in tone to memoir, though, is unsettling. While providing Young Sheldon with adequate time to address other unresolved topics, such as Paige's enigmatic destiny, an episode or two in between would have helped him transition more smoothly. Also, since none of Mary, Missy, or Meemaw will be regulars on Mandy and Georgie's first marriage, it would have allowed the prequel to satisfactorily wind up their individual destinies. Canon dictates that Young Sheldon must end, so in the series finale, Jim Parsons Sheldon and Mayim Bialik's Amy reunite to re-establish the show's attachment to its parent series. Since the conclusion of The Big Bang Theory in 2019, this is the first time the duo has looked back at their contributions. They are working on a memoir, which is why Sheldon has been talking about his upbringing in Medford. Their scene takes place a few years after they were awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics. None of the Pasadena gang members appear outside of the pair, though. The only real nod to the show is a name-dropping of Penny and some Big Bang Theory memorabilia in Sheldon's office. Apart from that, the finale could have done more to acknowledge its connection to the Big Bang Theory by having Missy, Georgie, and Mary from the original show visit the adult Sheldon and Amy's house, even if Young Sheldon intended to keep the spotlight on Sheldon and his family. Considering how tense Sheldon's relationship with Georgie had been after George's passing, this would have been a great approach to wrap up Sheldon's story. The flash-forward scenario featuring Amy and Sheldon and Young Sheldon is ultimately unimpressive. Though their chemistry and banter are still enjoyable, Parsons and Bialik's antics start to get monotonous. The program could have done something different. There was screen time that could have been used for other scenarios, like a quick glimpse of the Coopers or the Pasadena gang in the future, in an episode that already left a few threads hanging. Additionally, Sheldon might have been able to picture himself biting his Texas family farewell in a way that doesn't actually occur. The Coopers are the show's greatest feature, and the Young Sheldon series finale ultimately emphasizes this. Drama and humor are masterfully balanced in the way that George's death and the funeral that follows are handled. Due mostly to scheduling constraints, the latter half hour of the doubleheader unfortunately falls short of the storytelling caliber. The Young Sheldon finale is still among the best ones in recent memory, despite its flaws. Thanks for watching. For more videos, like and subscribe to this channel.